Marcus wiped the grease from his hands as another long day at the auto shop wound down. At 52, his calloused fingers told the story of 3 decades spent beneath hoods and engines. His teenage daughter Emma would be home from school soon, probably hungry and full of stories about her day. Life as a single father had carved deep lines around his eyes, but they were honest lines, earned through hard choices and harder nights. 5 years ago, his wife left them for a life less ordinary. He never blamed her. Some people were built for adventure. He was built for stability, for showing up, for being there when Emma needed him. The sun was setting when he noticed her. A woman sat on the curb outside his shop, staring at a vintage motorcycle that clearly refused to cooperate. Her designer jacket seemed out of place in this working-class neighborhood, but her frustration was universal. Marcus approached slowly, respecting the space between strangers. "Engine trouble?" She looked up, brushing dark hair from her face. Olivia was 48, though she carried herself with a weariness that had nothing to do with age. "It just died," she said softly. "I bought it last week, thought it might help me feel something again." Those words hung in the air between them. Marcus understood that kind of emptiness. "Mind if I take a look?" She gestured at the bike with tired acceptance. Marcus knelt down, his practiced eye catching the problem immediately. "Loose fuel line. Simple fix." But something made him slow down, made him explain each step as he worked. "You ride long?" he asked, tightening the connection. "Never," Olivia admitted. "I turned 45 and realized I'd spent my whole life building a company, making money, winning awards. But I couldn't remember the last time I felt truly alive. So I bought this motorcycle. Seemed like something a brave person would do." Marcus smiled, not looking up from his work. Brave isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just getting up every morning and trying again. Olivia watched his hands move with quiet confidence. There was something magnetic about a man who knew exactly what he was doing, who didn't need to prove anything. "What do I owe you?" she asked when he finished. "Nothing. Took 5 minutes. Consider it a welcome to the neighborhood." But Olivia didn't leave. "I'm Olivia," she said, extending her hand. "Marcus." Over the next few weeks, Olivia's motorcycle developed an unusual number of problems. Each time, she'd appear at Marcus's shop just before closing. Each time, they'd talk a little longer. She learned about Emma, about the pride in his voice when he spoke of his daughter's dreams of becoming a teacher. He learned about Olivia's software empire, built from nothing, now worth hundreds of millions. "Don't you have people for this?" Marcus asked one evening, 4th repair in 2 weeks. "Fancy bike mechanics who make house calls?" Olivia's cheeks colored slightly. "Maybe I like this mechanic better." Emma noticed the change in her father, the way he started humming old songs again while cooking dinner, how he actually cared about ironing his work shirts. "Dad, who is she?" Emma asked, amused and protective at once. "Just a friend," Marcus said, but his smile betrayed him. The truth surfaced one rainy Tuesday when Olivia appeared at the shop, not with her motorcycle, but in a chauffeur-driven car. She looked different, powerful. The CEO, not the woman searching for something real. "I need to tell you something," she said, and Marcus felt his chest tighten. Here it comes, he thought. The moment when reality crashes the party. "I've been lying by omission. I'm Olivia Chen. You can Google me. I have more money than I'll ever spend. I own 17 companies. I've been featured in Forbes magazine 4 times. Marcus leaned against his workbench, processing. "Okay, that's it? Just okay?" He shrugged. "What do you want me to say? That you're too rich for me? That I'm not good enough? I'm 52 years old, Olivia. I stopped letting other people define my worth a long time ago." Tears welled in her eyes. "Everyone wants something from me. Everyone has an angle." "I don't want your money," Marcus said quietly. "I want to know if you're going to keep sabotaging that motorcycle just to have an excuse to visit. Because honestly, it's getting expensive for you, and I could just ask you to dinner like a normal person." Olivia laughed through her tears, a sound of pure relief. Their first real date was at a diner Marcus had been visiting for 20 years. Nothing fancy, just honest food and honest conversation. Olivia talked about the loneliness of success, the way wealth had insulated her from genuine connection. Marcus talked about the fear of never being enough, of raising a daughter in a world that seemed to demand more than he could give. "You're enough," Olivia said, reaching across the table for his hand. "You're more than enough." Emma met Olivia 3 months later, scrutinizing her with teenage intensity. But Olivia didn't try too hard, didn't perform. She simply asked about Emma's life, listened to her concerns, shared her own stories of feeling lost at 17. By the end of dinner, Emma whispered to her father, "I like her, Dad. She sees you the way I do." 2 years passed. Olivia sold her company, keeping enough to be comfortable but releasing the burden of empire. She bought a small bookshop in Marcus's neighborhood, filled it with stories and comfortable chairs. Marcus still worked at the shop, but now he came home to someone who understood that love isn't about grand gestures. It's about showing up consistently with an open heart. On their wedding day, small and simple, Marcus looked at his bride and saw not a billionaire, but the woman who'd sat on a curb, broken down and searching. And she looked at him and saw not a mechanic, but the man who'd fixed more than her motorcycle that day. Sometimes the richest people are the poorest in what matters. And sometimes a kind gesture between strangers becomes the foundation for everything that follows. The greatest wealth, they both learned, is being truly seen by another human being. If this story touched your heart, please hit that like button, share it with someone who needs hope, subscribe for more stories of unexpected connections, and comment below about a time when a simple act of kindness changed your life. Your engagement keeps these stories alive.